Bonjour tout le monde, bienvenue à cette vidéo. Aujourd'hui, je vais vous enseigner comment exprimer la possession en français. So to express possession, which shows that one noun belongs to another noun, in English, we often use apostrophe S. For example, this is the teacher's fish. So this is the fish that belongs to the teacher. John and Eric's dog is nice. I cut my sister's hair. However, apostrophe S does not exist in French. To show possession, the preposition de must be used and repeated before each noun. Par exemple, voici le poisson du professeur. Le chien de Jean et d'Éric est gentil. J'ai coupé les cheveux de ma sœur. Note that de plus le contracts to du, as in our first example. Voici le poisson du professeur, of the teacher. De plus les to become des, and de becomes the apostrophe before a vowel, like in our second example. Le chien de Jean et d'Éric est gentil. Another expression to show possession is the phrase être à. As with de, à must be repeated before each noun. Par exemple, ces livres sont à Robert et à moi. Ce vélo est au garçon. Cette robe est à ta sœur? Oui, c'est à elle. Note that à plus le contracts to au, like our second example. Ce vélo est au garçon, belongs to the boy. And à plus les to become au aux. You'll also notice in my third example that I used a stress pronoun. Oui, c'est à elle. We can use all of our stress pronouns in this way. C'est à moi, c'est à toi, c'est à lui, c'est à nous, c'est à vous, c'est à eux, c'est à elle. Adjectives are words that describe nouns, so people, places, or things. Possessive adjectives change according to the owner, but also the gender and number of the noun that they modify. They are repeated before each noun. Par exemple, il aime sa mère et son père. Here we're using that third person, sa and son, because il is the person who possesses them. We're using sa mère because mère is feminine singular, and son père because père is masculine singular. It has nothing to do with who owns them, but it has everything to do with the noun that it modifies. Je vois mes parents. Here, I'm using that first person, me, because I am the one possessing that noun, and I'm using the plural because parents is plural. Notre chien est le plus mignon. Our dog is the cutest. Here, because it is someone and I who is possessing that noun, using that notre, no form, and then using the singular form, notre, because chien is masculine singular. So here are all of the possible French possessive adjectives. Notice that there are lots more than there are in English. The first question you have to figure out is the meaning. So who is owning or possessing that noun? Is it mine? Is it yours? Is it his or hers? And we have to be careful here because, again, as a note, that third person singular in English is based on the owner, if it is his or hers. But in French, it has to agree with the noun that it modifies. Our, of course, is someone and I. Yours can be formal or plural, and then their, third person plural. Once we have decided which meaning we want, then we have to decide if the noun it is being modified is singular or plural. If the noun is plural, we have to use one of our plural adjectives. Me, te, si, no, vos, leur. Notice that none of those S's are pronounced. If the noun being modified is singular, we have to decide additionally if it is masculine or feminine. If it is masculine singular, we need to use a masculine singular form. Mon, ton, son, notre, votre, leur. And if it's feminine, ma, ta, sa, notre, votre, leur. Again, the masculine-feminine designation is not for the owner or the possessor, but for the object being possessed. There are two important exceptions to these rules. The first is that the forms mon, ton, and son are used instead of ma, ta, and sa if that feminine singular noun begins with a vowel or a silent H. And it's because it sounds better. Par exemple, Janine est mon amie. Amie is feminine. She's my female friend. But I'm going to use mon instead of ma because amie starts with a vowel. Mange ton omelette. Again, omelette is feminine, but we're going to use ton omelette so that it sounds and it flows better. The same for anything with a silent H. The second exception is with parts of the body, where the possessive adjective is usually replaced by the definite article le, la, ou les if the possessor is clear. Par exemple, il se lave la figure. He washes his face. We're going to assume that it's his face, so we're going to use the definite article la. Alors, pratiquons. Let's practice. Answer each of these questions to say that these items belong to the person listed. Voici le modèle. Ces livres sont à vous? Oui, ce sont nos livres. So here asking, these books belong to y'all? Yes, they are our books. So here, because the question is asking à vous, we're going to use the new form in our answer. And because books is masculine plural, we're going to use the nos form. Oui, ce sont nos livres. Yes, these are our books. Pause the video and see if you can do these 5 questions on your own. Voici les bonnes réponses. Cette calculatrice est à toi? Oui, c'est ma calculatrice. So here, because I'm asking if it belongs to you, I'm going to say yes, it is my calculator. Now, it does not matter if you are a boy or a girl. It is going to be ma calculatrice because calculator is feminine in French. Ces stylos sont au lycéen. So here I have au lycéen is third person plural, so I know I'm going to have to use either leur or leur. And because stylo is plural, I'm going to use that masculine plural form. Oui, ce sont leurs stylos. Yes, they are their pens. Ce cahier est à Marie-Claire? Oui, c'est son cahier. Even though Marie-Claire is a girl, we're going to use the masculine son cahier because cahier is masculine. Cette voiture est au Leclerc. Does this car belong to the Leclercs? Oui, c'est leur voiture. Because it is au Leclerc, it is third person plural, we're going to choose between leur. And voiture is feminine singular, so we're going to use leur voiture. Cette étoile est à moi. Does this star belong to me? Oui, c'est ton étoile. So because the question was à moi, the answer is going to use ton, ta, ou tes. And étoile is feminine, but it starts with a vowel, so I have to make sure to use that ton form for pronunciation. Oui, c'est ton étoile. Alors, sais-tu? Merci beaucoup. I hope that this helped you understand a little bit more using possession in French.